Hello, I'm Ben. Welcome to Tasty Classics. I'm here in the absolutely gorgeous countryside of Taunton in Somerset, and I've bagged myself a big cat. This is a Jaguar XJS V12 5.3. That's right, V12. 12 spark plugs to change. Why do I do this to myself? It's the HE model, and the HE, of course, in this particular version, stands for Hopeless Endeavour. This car's been sat a long time. 25 years, they reckon? I'm gonna have a bit more of an investigation, but something like 25 years. It's sat here with the window open. It's got a few marks in places, it's got a few dings, a few dents. Yeah, the tyres are probably not going to hold air. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of rust in some places, and yeah, the inside is no doubt going to be full of mice, and all the cables will have been chewed through. And even if the cables haven't been chewed through, well, I mean, this is old Jag, isn't it? So the electric's probably not going to work anyway. Why do I keep doing this? I've got stuff I could be doing at the workshop, you know, but I'm here. It's also about 4 degrees, and I've got roughly 3 hours of daylight remaining. So I need to get stuck into having a look around this thing, having a good glance over it, seeing exactly what it is that we bought, try and get some air in the tyres, try and breathe some life back into it if I can, and then get it all the way back to the Tasty Classics workshop. And I would like, by the end of this video, to have this beautiful big cat running and driving once again. I was on eBay the other day and I saw this up for sale, and I just kept bidding on it and thinking, worry about it later. But I won the auction, cool. And anyway, now here I am. Just on the outside, I mean, the colour, I know what this colour looks like when it's polished up, and it is gorgeous. So I'm hoping there is going to be some gorgeous left in this underneath all of this. I mean, it's you know, big open-sided barn as well. It's been covered by that, but I mean, it's right next to that big open hole there. See that church there as well? That's cool, isn't it? If this doesn't go well, might pop in there before I go repent some sins. Stop going on eBay and buying cars that have been laid up forever. There is a little bit more bodywork damage on it than I would have liked. I can see quite a lot of scuffs, and there's a dent there, and it's obviously had a bit of a life. I mean, I think if I pull on any of this too hard, it's a bit, it's crusty, you know. And you've got this here, bit of a ding. But I don't know, I have seen worse in XJS's, I really have, bodywork-wise. I thought to myself as well, oh, nice, the chrome rear bumper's in really, really good condition, and the rear bumper's nice, because usually these are all dented up and mangled on any Jag. But then I came around here, and yeah, this side, not been as nice to it, has it? Oh dear, sad. Let's have a look around this side. Ugh. It's many different shades of green, ideal. Ooh, tax disc. Oh, nice, okay, right, 0703. So 21 years? 21 years it's been parked here. That's when it was last on the road, so that's good. What does that say there? Jaguar Drivers Club. Very nice. Usually the owners of these cars were in clubs. It wasn't always Jaguar Drivers Clubs, but they were in various clubs. Kind of clubs where you have to put your keys in a bowl when you go in. Another big cat on the bonnet. I wonder if that'll polish up. It's gone a bit sad. And yeah, it's right, I can't see anything in there. Little wipers on the headlights. I can see this, oh dear, this bottom of the wing. Yeah, there's a bit of that going on, I'll be honest. There's a bit of that knocking about. Fortunately, this is 1984, So it is MOT exempt, roadworthy MOT exempt. So I could just hit it with a bit of MOT in a can, couldn't I, and just, you know, send it down the road. It's got a V12 in it. I've never had a V12 anything. Now, obviously, because it's me, and it was just on eBay, and, you know, it was just a guy who just wanted rid of it, nobody's checked to see if this engine turns over. Right? So we're going to have a look into that. God, I hope it does. There's a lot of cylinders and valves and stuff to get stuck there. I need like a brush or something, but these tyres are, I mean, there's no way these are holding air, is there? Surely. They're Falcons though. But yeah, no way, surely. Hopefully it'll be holding enough just to sort of get onto the trailer, but maybe we'll have to go and get some. I think the styling of these cars is so smart. Really, these is a bit more my era, this, than, you know, stuff like the E-Type. This is more like, because I'm only 37, I'm such a young man. This is more my sort of era of Jags. I've had loads of Jags. XJ6s, I bought a brand new E-Pace in 2020. I had loads of cool Jags. And yeah, always wanted an XJS, V12 XJS as well, just to have a play with. Been looking for one for a while, and that's why I've sort of rushed out to get this one, really, without doing any checks. I did get a bunch of keys with it, but he says it should be all open. Oh! Oh! Some things have made that their home over the years. Oh! First thing to note. Oh, come on. Be a real thing. Right, well, I've got one spare tyre if I need it. There's no air in that either. Well, of course there's air in it, but not under any pressure. So I hope it does take air. Oh, lovely brown blanket. Oh my God. Oh, whatever that was, it's dead anyway. Nice, we'll just pop that there. No battery, the battery's been taken out. Every car I get, the battery's been taken out, which is weird, isn't it? Some exposed wiring. More exposed wiring. More exposed wiring. More exposed wiring. That's a toolkit, okay. Right, we've got the right kind of connectors for batteries. So the first thing I've noticed is this massive canister here, which I've got the feeling is a fuel pump. Is it pump? No, there's no fuel filter. But the fuel, oh wow, the tank's there, look. Can I move this? Right, okay, so the tank's there. Is the fuel pump inside the tank? Looks in really good nick. This being inside, God, I hope that's clean inside. Wouldn't take as much to have a look inside that either, but that is great news. That is really, really good news. That's so nice and clean. But I don't know where the fuel pump is. I have got the feeling it's just going to be an in-tank fuel pump, because a lot of the cars from this time were. God, oh, thank God, that's in good nick, because it's been in the boot. And yeah, so are the cables. Look at them, really clean and nice. That one's got a P on it as well, and an N. So good. Not going to have to use our brain at all in this process, which is handy. Oh, do you want to see what the colour's supposed to look like? There you have it. Stunning, stunning British racing green. Absolutely gorgeous. It's metallic. It's so nice. This bit isn't though. I put my hand in there. Ooh. I'm going to open this like that, and I want you to see if anything runs out, okay? Because this window is open. Oh, that opened easier than I thought it would. could be at home having a cup of tea or something. I could just go and get another job, do telesales or something, couldn't I? Why do I keep doing this to myself? The first thing I've noticed is this door card is, I mean, that's immaculate. That's going to clean up so well. I've got no idea what the mileage is on this car. Zero idea what the mileage is on this car because it's got no MOT history or anything. That's a bit Genghis. But again, I think it's all there. It'll clean up, won't it? Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't wait to get in this. Oh, the headlining. Oh, it's got a very saggy bomb. Very saggy bomb. It's like a full nappy. Oh dear. Yeah, can you see all these cobwebs? Are they showing up on the camera? Very cobweb heavy, this episode. Ah, there's a bonnet release there. That's good. Special way of opening the bonnet on these, which I'll show you. I can see it's been left in second, which is interesting, isn't it? Why? I don't know. Not known sort of, you know, all over the world for the reliability of their gearboxes, Jaguar, so that is a worry, isn't it? Oh, that worked. Back. If I get anyone brave enough to go in there and clean it, it's going to come up really, really nice. God, apart from this headlining, that's so annoying. Stick some wood screws straight through it. Can see a little bit of over there. I don't know if I can zoom in. Bit of material that's gone, maybe a mouse nest in there or something. Don't know. But the leather, oh, the leather seems to be in good condition. Anything in here? I thought that squeak was mouse then. Oh yes, the mirror thing. Oh no, it's missing. Oh no. I think, is it missing? Or is that it? I thought there was like a mirror somewhere on here and it popped up when you press that button. But it has gone. Nothing else in there apart from some de-icer, which I might need later on for my bollocks. Because it is about 4 degrees. Right. Nothing bite me. So, there you go. Flick that up. Oh no, I think I've just closed it because that was up a little bit before. Okay, flick that down again. Yeah. See how the corners come up? That's in the opening the bonnet position. This window has been left open. That's where they like to live, you know, and they'll nip your fingers, they'll bite you. I've been bitten by spiders before in Britain. I have, genuinely. Promise. Oh, what was that? Something dropped. Why did they leave the windows open? If only they hadn't done that. Oh God! Fuck. Created a through draft by accident then. Whoa! Sort of smells like if Spearmint Rhino and the catacombs of Paris had a love child. That's kind of what it smells like. Like a Spearmint Rhino, the club was sort of left for 25 years with the windows open. There's a fuse box holder on the floor. I think that's a fuse box holder. Just the lid for it. So that's not good news. I can't see anything moving. You know? So that's a start, isn't it? 122,847. Probably a little bit more than I was hoping for, but I'm sure. Actually, I'm not going to say anything because no doubt I'll jinx it. 122,000 miles. 2 pedals, both in the upright position. Again though, looks like it'll clean up. If anyone's selling a wing in that colour and a door, can you get in contact? Yeah. What do you reckon? Not bad that, is it? Really? Put some dye on that, give everything a good scrub, or pay someone else to give it a good scrub. I think it'd come up well, wouldn't it? Might rename the channel Cobwebs in Cars. What do these do? Oh, they're electric mirror switches, is that? Guaranteed not to work anymore. Handbrake is on this side, and that's to snag your leg as you get in and out. It's been left off though, so that's good. And it's got a funny button thing on it, so you put it on like that and then you press the button. And I have realised, just by pulling that then, I heard something move in the back that maybe I've put the brakes on. And now I'm not going to be able to get them off again. Why do I do this? Big cat, looking very snazzy. So yeah. Oh look, a little wasp's nest thing as well. That's cool as hell, isn't it? I really like that. Doesn't look nice inside here. And the annoying thing is at some point I will have to put my carcass inside there. Okay. Anyway though, all of that is incidental. It's what's under there that is going to count. Oh yes, come on. It's got hydraulic struts. Oh, did you see the mouse? The mouse just, something alive in there. Please find a new home. It just crawled down the inlet thing there, because if we do try and turn this engine over, you might get turned into minced mouse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This engine's absolutely massive. Okay, what was I expecting? Right, what I need to do is get my gloves, I think, and then we're going to pull some fluids and see. Oh, there it is. Did you see it then? It ran away. Tell your friends to get their belongings, pack, because you've got to go. There's loads of other places you can go. And if you... He's gone. Our mouse friend did run down here somewhere. So, hello, excuse me, hello. Have you been eating the wires? Lots of exposed wires everywhere. That just moved down there. Yeah, quite a lot of exposed wires. Is that cracked? Oh my god, I can actually see liquid moving. Oh, come on, there is liquid in there. Oh my god, I hope all the braking system works. The pedal's up and there's liquid there. If that was bone dry, then seals and stuff might have rotted, but if it is wet, they might not have rotted. Lots of cables exposed. I don't think they've actually gone down to the wire though, but I guess we're going to find out when we try and fire this up. There's so many cables. There's like so many. All these vacuum pipes and things are all rotted off. What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. What's that? Transmission? Dextron 2D. I'd imagine this is transmission. Oh, right. Looks red and it's full. Fantastic. This is a great start. That is full of blue washer fluid, which is great news as well, because if it's blue washer fluid, then it's got the right chemicals in it that stop it congealing and getting all horrible. So again, definitely the least of our worries. I've noticed a stamp here. Next service due, 112,000 or June 99. Big sticker. So I wonder if it has, like, what kind of service that was, if it was belts and stuff. Because as you know on this channel, we do not change belts, unless it's like alternator belts. And especially on something like this, I mean, where is the belt? I don't know. Oil, can anyone see? Ah. Right, come on, nice and clean and full, nice and clean and full, nice and clean and full. Oh, ho, 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 ho. We have a winner. That is nice and clean and very, very full. I bet this probably takes about 25 litres of oil. Right, fantastic. Okay. Come on. Come on. That's power steering fluid there, which I won't check right now. This is water. I can't see anything there. It's very, very dry. It's just, I can't see anything. Nice to know it's there though, isn't it, eh? Not a lot else to see. It kind of looks... That's free. Okay, again, this is a start, isn't it? I think what I'd like to do is throw a battery on it. Throw a battery on it, stick the keys in the ignition and see if she turns over. What else am I going to do with my time? I've got like 2 hours before it goes dark. Oh, should we try and pump the tyres up first? I'm going to start with the most easily accessible. I've just checked as well, and it said it was a timing chain, not a timing belt. I mean, it makes no odds to me. I still would have sent it either way. What do you reckon this is going to do? I try my best to put 15 psi in this. Okay, it's still saying 0. We're not even going to get 1. Is the air just pouring out of somewhere? Is it that bad? Okay, well, that went about as well as expected, didn't it? Right, let's try this one, which is definitely not going to work. I found a tyre place 20 minutes away. So I'm going to give them a call if this doesn't hold air. Never finding that again, am I? Come on, baby. Let's see a 0.5. 0.5 or a 1. Come on. Oh, 0.5. That was a 0.5. That is a 0.5. 1. Oh my God, is this thing going to rise up or is it going to explode? 1.5. I'm standing back. Nine psi. This tyre wants to become circular again, I can see it. It loved being round back in the day, it wants to do it again. Gently. Gently. Oh, the sound of air leaving a tyre. What size are these anyway? 215 70/15, so I'm hoping... Oh my God, it's got 2.5 in it already, that's cool. Put 20 in this one. I'm hoping that the tyre size isn't going to be too abnormal and we'll be able to find something if I need to, you know, and they have something in stock. This one here looks like dramatically worse condition than all the others, so again, I'd be very surprised. We've got to try these things, haven't we, you know? Tyres are expensive and very time consuming. Let's clear a few of these. Oh, okay, I can't. Okay, yeah. Clear a bit of that. You can see the bottom of the tyre now. Wow. I can see it starting to rise from the floor. It's rising from the ashes. Safety squints in full use when it goes bang and sends a little bit of mud flying into my eyes. I mean, I'm terrified to go anywhere near it, but that is 15 psi in that tyre. We've got 2 out of 4. Can we now go for the hat trick? Is that what 3 is? Is 3 a hat trick? Sometimes I say things and then my brain tricks me into going, that's not right. Why did you say that? That is 0.5, 1 psi. Oh, please, come on. If this works, if air comes into this tyre, I can put the spare on the back and we've got 4 tyres. And that'd make a huge difference to my day. Steady. Steady. Big cat might bite. I'm just going to spray a load of plus gas onto the pulleys down here, power steering pump, the idlers, and oh, has it got aircon? Yeah, that's a big aircon pump. Bloody hell, no expense spared. I just want to give it a proper helping hand. Try not to get it on the, well, when cars have been sat, belts can stick to the pulley. So if I spray a bit in there, I know it's going to slip, but it's going to help it, you know. Trust me. Big alternator down there, loads on there. That was the main one really, the alternator. Nice, okay. There's only one thing for it really, isn't it? Where's the battery? Installation device and battery, right. So you've got positive and negative. Negative and positive. Will they go over the top of the battery, I wonder? Oh, it's almost exactly the right size, but it's just completely different. Doesn't fit at all. Come on. Come on. Where there's a will, there is a way. So we have to bear in mind that there was mice inside the engine bay, and I'm about to put 12 volts into this thing for the first time in 23 years, did we say? 22, 21? So anything could happen, is what I'm saying. I've got lots of water there to use as a fire extinguisher, but we're going to have to plug this in and just see if anything starts smouldering. Okay, nothing's happening when I just touch it on. Look! Life! Look at the life! Look at the life! Oh my God, everything's coming to life. Hello, baby. Hello. I'm here. Don't worry. I'm coming to save you. Got the keys in my pocket. Let's go. Oh, lights, camera, action. Right. Oh my God. Right. So I don't think the engine will turn over. Look at all these keys if it's in second. I think the things keep touching me. Okay, so that's not the right key. Okay, so that's not the right key. Okay, this is going well, isn't it? Okay. Maybe we have an issue. Oh, I think that's the right key. Okay, right. Oh, it's crying out for some ignition lights. Come on. Oh my God, we've got ignition lights. Holy smokes, we've got ignition lights. They look a bit weird. Oh my God. Let's let it just think about that for a second. Can't hear any fuel pump or anything. Can't hear anything, but that's ignition lights. Right. Let's just reach over to this. How do you move it? Like that, just sheer force. Right, so I'll put that in neutral. Will it turn over? Yes! Come on! Right, composure. Oh, thank God for that. If the engine turns over, that means that it's not seized, and that was my biggest worry, because if it was seized, it's a big V12 lump. Might as well scrap the video and do something else. Oh, right. That is truly incredible. I can't hear any fuel pump. Can't believe that turned over. Right, let me think. We need a plan. Have you got a plan? Any ideas? I was just thinking then, what can I do to sort of make this thing go boom? Because that'd be sick if I could drive it out from where it's sat. Always wanted to do one of those, and every time I do it, the engine's been seized and stuff. Oh my God, it's absolutely hideous inside there. Oh dear. That is rotten as a pear inside there. Can you see? I can see there's fuel in it as well. I mean, I can smell it and it doesn't smell like petrol anymore, but yeah, that's the inside of the tank, and it's crusty in places, in most places. It's quite crusty. Interesting. So where's the fuel pump then? Is it under here or something? Is that it? How's that held in? A couple of crossheads. Switch off ignition before working on either fuel pump or fuel lines or pump leads. So I would guess because that sticker's there that we're going to find a fuel pump under here. Why is everything constantly in your way? Okay, there she blows. That looks to me like our fuel pump, which is as well, it's a pretty normal looking fuel pump as well. It's not like it's nothing special, it's just a high pressure Bosch type job. That's pretty handy to know, and that's my power going to it. Okay. Because one thing that we don't know is if it's immobilised in any way. Because those keys were just bare, weren't they? What I've deduced is that the pipe on the bottom goes round here, round there, sorry, and into the fuel filter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my boat tank with my fuel thing on it, and I'm going to plug it into whichever one of these goes back to the engine. And then maybe we'll take a spark plug lead off and a spark plug out, have a look at the spark plug, see what they look like. And then see if we've got a spark, and then we'll switch the fuel pump on the boat tank, send some fuel down the lines if the lines still even exist. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't. There's not much to set on fire around here. Is there a hose? And then we'll see if she fires up, which would be incredible, wouldn't it? But first of all, I've got to go to a petrol station because I didn't do it on the way. Because it took 6 hours to get here. I was just in a rush and I forgot. Okay, oh, I'm back and I've got fuel. What I want to do though is, where do the spark plugs go? How am I going to find the spark plug? Just from walking past, I have noticed this tyre has gone flat again. Hopefully it hasn't popped and it's just the air's just come out. But that is sad. Anyway. If you were a spark plug on this engine, where would you be? I'd imagine somewhere in the head. I cannot see any. A lot of these pipes and clips and stuff look fairly new, don't they? So it has had maintenance. I mean, not from me, but it has had maintenance. Right, so these are your pipes for electricity. Ah, I can see one there. I can see the mouse's nest there. Lots of dry leaves. So if we do run this car, I can't really get it hot until I've given everything a proper jet wash, because that is definitely going to set on fire. That is tons of kindling. Everything looks, you know, as good as it's probably going to get, pipes-wise. Which one's going to be the easiest to retrieve? Probably that one down there, I would have thought. I mean, he says easy, but I can't even get my hand in. Oh, okay. Cap off, and it's all nice and shiny in there, so that's good. Top of the plug's full of detritus. Hopefully we'll be able to crush that down, and then probably drop it all into the cylinder. Right. Spark plug spanner. Might need that. Okay, it's not even remotely that one. It's the smallest one. Oh, it's too compacted with stuff. How can I get all that stuff out? I need like an air compressor or something. Oh, I think I can get onto it though. Oh, not quite on it. Because there's crap in the way. Bugger. I'm trying to like dig the crap out with this, but yeah, that's not working. Who knew access would be tough on a 12-cylinder Jaguar? Is that ashtray over there? Oh God. Right, I cannot get to that. I just can't get to it. It needs cleaning. I'm just not able to get it so stuck in. I don't necessarily need to get the spark plug out to know if it's sparking or not. I can hold this against a bit of metal or the coil lead itself. I can just expose this and the spark should jump from there to the bit of metal. So I don't massively need the spark plug anyway, but I would have liked to see what sort of condition it was in. Oh, how did you learn to use your fingers like that? Changing spark plugs on a V12 Jag. Right, I can actually reach the key and this at the same time. Cross your fingers. Oh yes, 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 yes. Can you see? Come on! That's half the battle. We've got spark. That was a really good spark as well. It was a weird colour, but it was a really good spark. Part of me wants to just chuck some easy start into it and see if it fires. But I think we should hook the boat tank up. It shouldn't take 2 minutes, so we'll just do that first, and at least there's some fuel hopefully flowing into the right places. Believe it or not, we are all hooked up. However, my fuel pump is making some pretty sad noises, but it seems to be getting to a bit of pressure and not leaking. So, I mean, I don't know, we'll just sort of see if it's, I don't know. We're gonna go for this, okay? We're going to see if she runs. It's genuinely nothing else for it. Come on, baby. Let's come to the party. It's not turning over very fast, is it? Don't know if it's turning over fast enough. I've not got that spark plug back in. Uh-oh. Did you hear that? Can you hear it? Come on. Come on, you beautiful and powerful, majestic old thing. She's trying to fire. She's trying to fire. Just let that start motor rest a second. Need some more speed with the turning over, ideally. I don't know if the fuel's getting there. I don't know if the injectors are injecting. I don't know if it's just trying to start off the easy start, but I'm going to go and spray some on the other side. Can I get around that way? No. I know you're up for this. I know you are. Need more volts. Might try and put the Discovery there. Jump cables on. Keeps catching on one. Who'd have thought it? Jaguar Land Rover partnership. Crazy. This time, not an Indian steel company or concrete company or whatever they do behind the wheel. I'm going to crack that fuel rail, see if there's any fuel actually getting to where we want it to go. Oh, as you saw then, there is fuel pressure there, which is great news. That means it's hopefully trying to inject fuel. The fuel injection system is electronically controlled though, and if the injectors aren't pulsing and they're not working, they're not going with fuel, then we don't stand any chance, and it's possibly an electronic fault. And it might just be trying to start off the easy start, and that's why it can't do it. Oh, it's so close. I think I need to, I don't know if I can get one of those injectors out easily. Probably not, without breaking it, taking the whole fuel rail off and stuff, which isn't for here because I've got sun's going down. But I could unplug an injector and see if I'm getting electronics to it. Now hopefully if I turn the key, we're going to see voltages. Nothing. Zero. That's a shame. Nothing to the injectors, which means it's not getting any fuel. If it had fuel, if the injectors were pulsing, it would start. It's possibly had a vital wire, a vital cable chewed somewhere. But I'm going to give it a little bit of a Google. It might be a relay, might be an immobiliser, might be something. I'm going to give it a quick 5-minute Google. But that is a very, it's not something like an ignition coil or distributor or something that you can just stick a hot 12 volt to. You can't do that. They have to inject at the right times and stuff, and there's a whole manner of electronics that control when they inject, and you know, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's not doing it. Is this why it was parked? Maybe. I don't know if we ever get lucky like this, but I have found a potential thing. When I googled it, it said the fuel pump and the fuel injectors run off the same relay. Spicy, isn't it? So, and it's in here. So I've come to have a look, and there's 2 relays there, but the thing that caught my eye is there's this quite sketchy bit of cable that goes directly to the positive terminal on the battery. So I don't know, is it hot wired or something? I don't know, but that is definitely not factory. It looks like it's had issues before, and you can see fuel pump wire goes right down to the fuel pump. So this should be the fuel pump relay, and that there, again, don't know if you can see that, but that wiring looks really shitty, really bad. So I don't know. I'm going to put the ignition on and then have a bit of a play about with it, or maybe try and, I don't know, do something. But maybe it's something to do with that. As I'm fiddling with this, it's starting to fall apart. Everything inside it's really badly corroded. I think this is the main one. Each one of these black and pink wires, there's 2 ones. These go to different banks of injectors. Left side and right side or whatever, and yeah, so this is getting power, but this isn't, and no, sorry, this is, but I'm not sure exactly what this one is for, and it's just all the wiring does look really sketchy, and the wiring on this is sketchy, and I don't know why there's that there and stuff. It's all a little bit problematic, and annoyingly it's getting dark any second. And when that happens, it's going to be really difficult to do stuff like load the car onto the trailer and things. Really annoying. I will get this thing to run. I will 100% get this thing to run, but I'm gonna have to get it back to the workshop to do it. I'm gonna have to get it back to the workshop, pull all that wire in so it's further out so I've got better access to it and it's daylight. I can actually see what I'm doing, because every time I put my hand in front of it, the torch is obviously, my hand's in the way of the torch, so I can't see what I'm doing. It's just very, very fiddly. So I need to get some proper daylight and some proper stuff. Just had a visit then off the lovely lady that this is her car, and she has just confirmed my suspicions. So apparently 2003 it developed an electrical fault, wouldn't run properly, and it got parked up because I didn't want to spend any more money on it. So, and I can see it has had some other issues in the past, and I think it's all something sketchy down there. So tomorrow I'm going to go through it all, try and piece what I can back together, test the relays, and then go from there. Bloody hell, serious bits of kit then. Wowee, what do we like in there? Oh, just remembered now that I've seen that, it's got inboard brakes in the middle bit. Oh, it could be a faff, couldn't it, if they're locked on. To unlock them. Should we have a look at it? I mean, the positive is she's not rotten. It's not rotten at all by the looks of it. Looks in half decent nick. You know, sill end caps inside the arches. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the brakes are in there somewhere. I'm going to put this other tyre on. Fingers crossed she does actually move. There's not a lot of things that won't pull out, but we'll give it a go, won't we? I have got a head torch, right? But when I wear it, it pulls my beanie hat off, and I'd rather be warm than be able to see. Remind me to take it out. I put it in park as well, just in case that was something to do with it. So remind me to take it out of park. Before we try and move it, you know. It's got a new exhaust. Hasn't got a towing eye on the back though. That's problematic, isn't it? Bonjour, je m'appelle voiceover Ben. This is the point where my microphone died. It happens on all sort of major days out like this because the batteries don't last very long. Now, I was just sort of showing you that, look, yeah, putting all my tools away. I'd moved the Jag. It took roughly an hour, maybe an hour and a half to get the Jag from where it was onto the trailer. All four wheels did eventually move, but yeah, not very easy. A little bit chilly. Just stopped to get some more diesel at £1.76 per litre. Discovery's just chewing it up. It's going through it. It's really having mouthfuls. This Jag is mega heavy. So heavy. And like, I mean, well, it's got a massive V12 engine in it, hasn't it? Of course it's going to be heavy, but it's, I can feel it in the disco. So I was just checking everything over, then just done tyre pressures on all 8 tyres as well, because I can feel it moving around a bit, but they're all spot on. So I think it's just a big heavy car, like. Cool. Right, I'm going to go and spend my life savings on diesel. 2 hours away from home, could be worse. Feels like it should be illegal. Look at how fast the pound is going up compared to the litres. I've only put 40 quid in because I'll fill it up from somewhere else that's less expensive. We've lost along the way a bit of door. Some doors fallen off. Could almost get through there, couldn't you? Bit rough on this side. Yeah, that's fair to say. Looking good though, isn't it? Very green. Hope I can get this thing to run. I've just been, like, when I'm driving along, just thinking about it, and I think there's a few things I can check tomorrow. It's gonna, like, try and make the fuel pump work off a different power source than the car's running. At least we can rule it out, and loads of other stuff like that. Excited to get stuck into it. Good morning. It's about 4 degrees. Last night I got to bed at roughly 2 AM. Great. But I did have a little bit of time to do some research on this Jag, and there's a lot of interesting stuff that I can try swap, you know, because potentially that ECU's at fault, all the wiring wants doing, you know, there's a few bits that I can try. I'm going to get stuck into it today, but I'm glad it's back at base, you know, seeing daylight properly for the first time in 21 years. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Did you watch the Porsche episode, the Boxster episode? I couldn't rest until I found the towing eye cover for the Boxster, and I knew I'd thrown it into the front boot at some point during the track day. I just remember throwing it in there and going, oh, I'll find that later. So I've completely stripped all of the panelling and plastic and everything out of the front of the Boxster, and oh, it had fallen down, right down there. So when I got my torch down there and had a good look, it was just sat on the bottom. Ta-da! So fantastic news, because cars with missing towing eye covers are, it's a shame, it's sad whenever I see one, but fully back to spec, really pleased. I've got a plan. The first thing I'm going to do is pull everything out of this boot. Get your workstation nice and clean and tidy, so get everything well out of here, away from all of this wiring. And then now that I've got daylight, I'm going to go through, and all these corroded connectors inside there for the relays and all this crap, and you know, all these bare ones and stuff here. Can you see all that there? Just really bad. I'm going to pull all of that out, redo all these wires, you know, that have just, because there might be breaks inside there, I've got no idea. Redo all of those wires, and then we're going to try it again. And if it still doesn't work, then we might have a problem with this ECU here. And there are ones of these available. They run off a vacuum line here, which I want to make sure is connected in the engine bay and all this sort of stuff, and this big plug. And then we might have to order one and get one stuck in. You can upgrade them to a slightly different one. Again, I've seen online, but we'll go through that when I get to it. I also, part of the plan this morning is that I'm going to drain all of the fuel out of there. I'm going to pull it all out with a fuel filter to see how it comes out, and then I'm going to bench test the fuel pump down there, and if that fuel pump works, I'm going to try and reinstate the original fuel system and pour loads of fuel into that tank, because if I can do that, it's one thing that's ruled out. And then I don't have to have other stuff in the boot and things, you know, so I'm just going to get all that boxed off. It's going to be a bit boring, so I'm just going to crack on with it, and it's cold and difficult to film. The original fuel pump does work, and look at the colour of that. That's beautiful, isn't it? That's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to try and empty the tank now with this, which will hopefully bring that fuel pump back to life a little bit. Oh, I can still see fuel in there. So is that fuel filter blocked already? There's another opening bit there which I can check and have a look in as well, where the pickup is, I think. So I might need a pickup cleaning or something. But I'd like the original tank to work. The original fuel pump has just died. I can't get it to work anymore. It's just whatever it was giving out then, it's now not. Sad. That's a Bosch unit as well, a proper Bosch unit, whereas that's just something from China. But that one still works, so I'm going to take this one. Sorry, battery died then. But I want to put this fuel system back. Because I don't think it's too bad in there, and you've got a nice screen and stuff. And I've cleaned it out and it's not getting any dirtier, so it should be all right. And I'm going to pump a load of fresh fuel into it. Hello, welcome to Blue Peter. I've put the wiring back to standard, I've put the fuel system back to standard. The wiring looks okay on these sketchy ones. I've checked for continuity and all that palaver, and it seems to be okay. So it's time to test the relays. Now, this is a relay of the Ford Granada, which is different to these ones. Annoyingly, the pins are in a slightly different place. 85, this is a big switch, right? So in there, a small amount of electricity creates a connection that will allow a big amount of electricity to go through it. 85 and 86 are where you get power, and can you hear that click? That is the switch switching, right? This is the relay off of this car. 85 and 86 do nada. Absolutely jack nothing. So, annoyingly, the other one's exactly the same as well. Nothing on that relay. So, I've got to get a couple of relays for it. These do look old. These are possibly original Bosch ones, don't know. But both relays aren't clicking, so they must be bad. I need now to try and find some. Annoyingly, I don't think I'm going to find any locally, but I'm going to try, which might delay this project ever so slightly. Oh, again, me, twice in one episode, crazy. I actually found a relay at Smith's. Well, I found two relays at Smith's, which is great, isn't it? But my microphone died, so the rest of the day's filming just turned to mush. But I managed to get all the visual, but not the audio. Anyway, as you can see, I put the relays in, made bugger all difference, absolutely nothing. And I tested the injectors and didn't work. But the good news is when I switched the ignition on and off, I felt the relays clicking, so I knew that the stuff was happening that wasn't happening before. So that was another thing fixed. What I'm looking at there is the inertia switch. There's an inertia switch. So if you have an accident, it switches the fuel pump off. I checked it and bypassed it just in case there's anything to do with that. So as you can see, a little bypass on there just to make sure that just cutting that out of the equation. I then looked at this, which was very, very tough, and made my eyes a little bit crossed. as you can see here. And then briefly, my microphone
signal to the
came
fuel
back.
pump relay to switch the fuel pump on, right? And you can see it goes down here, it goes to number 15, and number 15 is fuel pump relay. It tells you what all of the lovely things are there. Anyway, this is all going on inside the ECU, and it all controls everything. And it needs this signal. I think what I think is happening is it needs this signal. It needs to sort of say, right, you know, fuel pump time, to put power into the injectors, because without it knowing to do that, without it knowing to send power to there, it's not switching the injectors on.
Now, I hope I'm right with my diagnosis there, because what I'm showing you here is the ECU that I took out of the car. This is a Lucas 6 CU or something, and there wasn't any of those for sale, but you could buy, amazingly, a Lucas 16 CU, which is a plug and play and apparently a better option than the original 6 CU. So I spent all of my pocket money on one of those. I think it was 189 quid or something I managed to find one for in the end. So I've got to wait for that to arrive. And when it arrives, we're going to try that on the car. And everybody, please cross your fingers to see if this is going to work. Hello, extreme winter sports fans. It's Saturday. It's about 9 a.m. And I have a box. Few days since we last spoke, and it has arrived. This in here is a replacement for this Lucas remanufactured ECU, which, please let it be this. Because if it's not this, it's going to be a tiny little wiring fault somewhere that's going to be an absolute nightmare to find. Oh, newspaper and bubble wrap. Lucas 16 CU control units. Plug. Plug. Is the plug the same as the other one? Yes. Installed. And we've got life. That's bridged. Everything else is plugged back in. Right, are we going to hear fuel pump? No, I'm not hearing fuel pump. Why is it doing this to me? It's just started to rain as well. Surely that's going to go. Surely it's blue skies almost. Oh God, what's happening? What is that making that noise? Oh, it's the electrical aerial. Well, something's working at least for don't know how well I'm be able to show you this with one hand, but I've got $12 volts to the injector, and I think it just earths itself through that. I don't know what happens, but it does something. Anyway, that's more than I had before. I can't hear the fuel pump though. I could still hotwire the fuel pump. Why doesn't the fuel pump want to turn on? Oh, it's me again, voiceover Ben. Just in aid of sort of speeding things up a bit, because this is taking a long time. It was at this point that I hotwired the fuel pump, and about now I discover that the pipe that runs from the fuel tank to the front of the car had burst. So there was fuel just pouring out all over the floor, which is far from ideal, isn't it? I then thought what I would do is take the wheel off the Rover, put it on the back of the Jag, which would enable me to roll the Jag off the trailer so I could jack the Jag up or get it into the workshop and fix the fuel pipe. Okay, so this is getting a little bit frustrating. Okay, I can't jack the car up on the trailer. There's nowhere underneath the back. The back is just a big, smooth shell. I can't, that's not a jacking point or anything, it's just part of the boot floor. I can't get a jack in there. When I do put it anywhere near there, this wheel slides this way. The whole car slides this way. So essentially, I can't get it off the trailer. I can't do that wheel. I need the car to run so I could drive it off with this tyre like that. I'm not going to be able to, I've got nothing to drag it off. I can't pull it off, can't do anything. There's no towing eye at the back. It's very, very difficult. And because that tyre's now gone down, is off the rim, it's so low, it won't make it off the ramps. It'll chew everything underneath. It's just a problem. So what I'm going to do is, I've raised the Discovery up a bit. I'm going to crawl underneath the trailer and I'm going to try and do it where it is on the trailer. Just bordering on the insane now, but I am insane for cars. I'm just going to get covered in oil and petrol and water and grease and everything. And okay, hope this trailer doesn't roll away. Hope I don't die. Oh, it's actually in pretty good shape under here. Oh, it's not bad. So the floors and everything are nice. Right, where? Oh my god, I can see what's happened there. Whole pipe has gone completely kablamo. Even the brake lines look good. Oh come on, why won't it run? Big oil leak there out the steering rack. That's good. I need my cutter. Cut through there, cut through there. Big bit of rubber pipe, couple of big clamps. Let's get it done. Oh Jesus! Ow! That's a bit sharp. It's starting to rain now as well. That's good, isn't it? Okay, let's just get this done as fast as we can while my legs get rained on. On my face. Oh God, it's dry under here though. Okay. Ow. Stones. Right. Torch there. Oh my god, it's really... I can feel it. Why is it raining so bad all of a sudden? What am I doing? It's Saturday morning, I could be at home. Eating Cocoa Pops, watching cartoons. And instead, I'm under here. Cut the pipe, cut the pipe, cut the pipe. Cut the pipe, cut the pipe. Oh, I can feel my belly's exposed. Rain. Cut the pipe. Cut the pipe. Oh god, the torch is dying. Do not die. Oh my god, what else could possibly go wrong? Oh, I've not even done one side yet. It's been ages. Imagine I could just get this off the floor and get it onto my two-post ramp inside there. Wouldn't that be amazing? Could you imagine how good this is going to feel when it runs? It's not going to run, is it? Oh, daylight. Oh god. Are you joking? Oh God. There's another hole there. Oh, I can't, the wheels are in the way, I can't get to that one. Oh, this is a problem. Nice fat bolt of lightning now would be nice, wouldn't it? Just. I know what you're thinking. We've been here before, but just trust me, right? Look, just some things you've got to trust the process. This is one of those times. I need to get the Jag backwards. It's got to be more further back on the trailer, so that I can, I don't know, do something. This is just the first step of a process. There's several steps to the process. This is the first one, so we'll get this one done first, and then we'll think after that. It's like following instructions, but there isn't any instructions. Oh God, it's so heavy and big, and I can't change the wheel, and I can't get it off without the wheel, and it's fine. Just don't worry about it. Can't get a forklift under the trailer, can't do any of that. before you suggest it. It's nothing. Okay, right. Just going to slowly pull forward a tiny little bit now, just to get the, and it'll be fine. Okay. See, that wasn't bad, was it? At this point as well, if it does fall off the trailer or anything bad happen, I don't care. Okay. This is what stops the car going sideways into hedges, and it's all got a big hole in the middle, look. Fortunately they're bolt on, bolt off, and the rest of it under here looks very solid where it matters, so I'm just going to ignore that anyway. It doesn't even run, who cares? What have we got here? So this is a fuel pipe. Quite a lot of this doesn't work. What's that there? Yeah, that's another one. That's some cables, don't know what they do. Fine. I really hope this Rover wheel fits, because if it does, we're laughing. Okay. Please give me a little bit more height. Please. Haven't got any more I can give you. No more sacrifices. Oh God. Oh, please fit. Please fit. I'll give you £1 million if you fit. Oh, why? You're both British. Play together. It's nothing like it. I measured it though, and these bits were the same, but that bit's not the same. So close as well. It's not even that far. Can I just get one in? Why is it so far off? I don't understand. Oh, I can't get any tyres for these wheels. Oh. 200 quid for tyres. It's just costing me a fortune. I'm already like 4 days and 3 grand into this, and it's very rusty and it doesn't run. Can pick up running ones for that amount of money. She's really testing me. This, that's the pipe that I did when I was lying on the floor over there. It's not very good. And this here is where it's all gone wrong, and I've got holes, and it's on this curved, and I'm not going to be able to get a cutting device in there without removing the entire of the fuel pipe, which is, I mean, it looks, from here, a problem. I'm just, you know, it needs to be on the ramp for this. You need to be able to remove things, and that is difficult. So, I don't know. I've put it on an axle stand and some blocks of wood just to stop this falling down. I was going to try and get it on the ramp, but I'm concerned that if I do that, it's going to be hard for me to get it back on the trailer and stuff at short notice. And I need to be painting the van, so I need the workshop free, and I can't just roll this outside because I only have one wheel. Anyway, I thought I'd try and fix it on the trailer. I can't do that. For the rest of the day, because it's miserable and cold and wet, I'm going to pull this back out, close everything up, get the tyre, get the wheels and the spare, just in case any others go, into the back of the car, and I'm going to go in hunt of some part warns. There has to be some lying around that will fit. It's Saturday, it's unlikely, but I'm going to give it a go. So that's my thought process now, because then it's just a case of rolling it off. A lot better, a lot safer, a lot easier. It's a few days later, and good things have happened. Are these dry? I've got 2 wheels with 2 tyres on them. 215 70/15, the right sizes. Just so happened that it took me about 3 hours to find a place to do them, but somewhere had to. I mean, they're not the best tyres. They look like they've been there for a little while. This one is called a City Tour Power Track. My V12 Jag. City Tour Power Track. I mean, it's not a V12 Jag at the moment, it's just a massive paperweight, isn't it? But this is going to help. Oh, sorry about that truck. What's this one? This is a green van, an Atlas green van. Oh, sorry about that truck. So, great stuff, yeah. Look at the state of these things. I'm going to bolt them onto the Jag, and I'm going to push it over to the door, and Rob, who we all know, is off work because it's near Christmas and he's got holidays, and he's decided to give up his holidays and come to help with this Jag. More eyes on the prize, more brains working. It's such a nice sight to actually see this thing on the deck and not on the trailer anymore, even though it was a bit of a pain to get off. And it's only rolled to there because it's just all the brakes and stuff are totally solid. I can't push it any further than that, but it's on the ground. That's good. Just working our way through it now. I've got Ellie doing the interior because she loves massive spiders and things and cobwebs and stuff. So yeah, this is definitely a job for her. All the floor looks okay, doesn't it? There's no massive holes in it. But yeah, we're going to give it a bit of a scrub just so when we're working around there, because there might be other stuff we need to do. I haven't been inside this thing yet, and I don't particularly want to go in it like that. Are you okay with getting rid of all those spiders? Shame, yeah. I'm inside this for the first time with this machine. I just wanted to sort of attempt a temporary repair. It's not working. It's got nothing for them to bite onto. It's better than it was. Needs a new headlining, ideally. Look at the size of this nest here I'm trying to move. It's so big. I'm sort of getting to a point where I can see the bottom, and there is tons of wires and stuff down there. I'm seeing the odd vac line that's sort of not attached to anything as well, which is interesting because the ECU is controlled by vacuum. But I can't imagine I think it would still run and it would still idle. If there was a vacuum issue, it just wouldn't rev properly. But yeah, I'm starting to see the bottom, and I can't see anything that looks like it's been eaten. I mean, one thing that we might have to do is take the whole fuel rail off, take the injectors out, probably give them a little bit of a clean while they're out, take everything apart, check all the wiring one by one, and then put it all back together. But only sort of everything from here, really. And then if that's all okay, then you start going to, this is all the wiring for the injectors down here, anything that's this pink and black wire. So you sort of go through this loom here and you go right, goes there and goes underneath it, you know, so you're working back from that. But I still think it's something else, something relay based in the back or ECU based. I don't know. I have got another idea of what to do with the relays. I'm just going to wait for Rob to turn up and we'll go through it.
This is one of those things. This car, it's like 1984, is it? Or yeah, 1984. This was the era where like a lot of stuff was new, like to cars, you know, so everybody, you know, a lot of the manufacturers were having a go at doing different things, and Lucas were obviously, you know, doing a real shift. And yeah, so a lot of the technology was just new, a lot of the ECU controlled stuff, and then I mean this, you know, vacuum controlled ECU, lots of that stuff was all experimental and new, and they put it in the cars and it didn't work and they don't do it anymore. So like, it's a bit annoying because you're getting your head around something that's fairly unique to this car. I mean, I know a few other cars had it, but you get the idea. It's all very, very different. This isn't like a normal car. It's very, very different. There's a lot of stuff to get your head around. That's why I need Rob here, another head. Anyway, we're nearly there with the cleaning. The interior's looking better. I mean, it's looking like you can go in there without dying. Yeah, I mean, it's got potential, hasn't it? I could slide in there and press a button if I needed to, you know. We're now inside. It is a few hours later and the superstar of the show has arrived. Fully merched out as well, which is...
Of course.
Good to see. But she's in daylight. Isn't that nice? Not daylight, sorry, she's in workshop light, and she's looking really... Looks, dirty cars look better in a nice clean workshop, don't
giant,
they?
Isn't she? She is a sleeping giant.
Very sleepy, sleeping giant. So me and Rob have been busy. We have been doing some stuff while we're outside before the light disappeared. What we've done...
Modernised it.
Yeah. So we've tried to wire up this standalone ECU to increase the boost pressure. No, we haven't. What we've done is we're just following the schematics. All of that lovely stuff, and we've essentially got rid of the very nasty terminals wherever they've gone that the relay's plugged into, and we've just put all new connectors on them, so we're just making sure that we've got nice good connections on every bit of the relay. All that's all done. Still doesn't work. Great. Right. What's all this?
That's worrying, isn't it?
Why has that started leaking? Why is that oil all of a sudden?
It's only on the floor outside where it's been parked.
There's no oil out here where it was. It's just started to drop oil now as it got in there. No! Oh, it's coming out the...
Oh,
that was all right. I spotted that leaking a while ago. It's out the steering rack. Oh God, look at these.
this is that's a bit of loving, isn't it?
That's just, you know, paintwork, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cosmetics. Rob, do you think we're going to be able to get this car running?
Damn right. We've never been defeated getting a car running. I'm not prepared to start now.
Been defeated several times, actually. Have we got oxygen sensors like it says we might have?
Can't see any.
Me neither. Look at the size of all this stuff. Big pig iron.
She's a bit leaky, isn't she?
I think that's possibly water, that, you know.
Big brakes. So look at these back ones, they're the ones that are inboard brake. When was the last time you saw a car with inboard brakes?
Not that long ago, actually.
I've not seen any for a while.
Can't remember what it was we were dealing with, but there was a car with inboard brakes that was doing one of the cars.
No, it's not that bad at all, to be fair.
No, it's just fine. It's just a little bit of muck, but everything's solid. It is, you know, it's just a bit of bodywork that wants doing. I mean, look at all your floors and sills and stuff. But yeah, the floors aren't that good. Everything's good. I mean, it's definitely a contender to be saved, but we are minus fuel pipe. Rob did suggest we could just run an external fuel pipe and just maybe even put a boat tank at the front, do something like that, just in the engine bay, and then I could order some of this metal pipe, because I mean that's where it split. That was the other split which we were going to fix. So I could potentially order a big load of this,
and make a new one when it comes to it. Barbecue beef or curry? Where's the fill line?
It takes me back to being a student, this does.
What, working on Old Jacks?
Well, I didn't even used to use super noodles. I used to use Sainsbury's Own, and it was like about 9p a pack. Have you had that, you know, the connector there for the fuel injection stuff? Have you had it apart?
What are you talking about?
You know, that connector from the corner there?
This one, no, I've not opened it or closed it, no. But we've got continuity anyway, haven't we? It wanted to go though, but that's all I got out of it before. I've never managed to get it to properly fire and all. But it's been sat for 21 years. It's probably, you know, sad.
Very sad.
Joe, should we pull a plug out and have a look?
Yeah.
We are procrastinating slightly by doing this because we're not fixing the actual bottom, but it is going to be nice to actually see what one of the
Diagnosing.
spark plugs look like.
Learning.
Searching. Rob's got smaller hands than me for doing this as well. Oh, like a carnival goer.
Oh, a bit grotty. That's been running lean as.
It's not bad though, a bit brown, but it's fine, I would say. It's alright, seen worse.
Yeah. Big gaps as well.
Thank you. Yeah, could be worse. That one came from all the way down there.
Somewhere.
It's just cracking on. It's so late, and we're just flat out trying to diagnose every little thing, going through every little tiny wire and just being like, is this working? Is this working? Continuity here, blah blah blah, front to back, everything. We've got big manuals all there and stuff. It's hard. And because the ECU runs off vacuum, we've been looking at where the vacuum comes out, and thankfully Rob smokes a vape. So do you want to give us a demonstration, Rob? It was coming out of here, and we've just unplugged this one, and we're going to see if that's where it comes out. Yeah, that's where it comes out, and then that was the other end of the thing what's just been disconnected. That's brilliant. So yeah, we know that there's no issues with that backline. I don't think the backline would affect it anyway. I think it'd still run, but it just wouldn't rev up and
Quite nice minty flavoured vacuum air now as well.
cleaned it out. Just made a little LED sort of
Injector pulse tester.
what Rob said. And watch this.
Yeah.
So we are getting an injector pulse. So what I would like to do is just try and get some fuel into it.
Yeah.
And we're just going to have to crank on it, I think. Loads of easy start. Easy start? Maybe, how about not easy start?
No turning back at this point?
Think this is going to work, Rob?
No.
No. Okay, so see if that's pulsing then.
Ready?
Yeah. Yeah. I just can't, it's like you can't hear the injector. I don't know. Doesn't sound right. Go on. Right, we need more volts, don't we? First thing I thought of doing today was pulling one of the injectors and see if it's actually injecting, and I've got 12 volts, so if you can try and get there. So if you see this bit here, that is the bottom of the injector, and if I give it one of these, you can not only hear it, but you can see it injecting petrol. Reg has just turned up to give me some Christmas spirit. Do you reckon that's ever going to run again, Reg?
I bet that needs some welding under there.
It's all right, you know, just body work. I'm pretty sure this car isn't going to run, and I'm wasting my time, but because it's getting like that now. I am going to get her up in the air, and I'm going to try and make all four wheels. Loads of stuff falls off it every time I shut the door.
I'm going to try and make all 4 wheels rotate nice and easily and roll, because if I can, I'm going to get it outside and I'm going to do the wash. This one currently doesn't move very much, apart from when you get to there, and then it stops again. So I need to find out why. All a bit sad in there, isn't it? This was something's home for a long time. I'm just going to try and grease up all of the sliders. Sliders look a bit rough. Put loads of plastic gas and stuff all around it. Open it up a bit, and then try and stay away from the brakes then. All the brake pipes look, I mean, they don't look bad at all. There's, you know, they're still green painted. And the flexis, again, not too bad. I don't know if they're all collapsed inside or anything, like the one on the back, and that's why it's... Sorry, battery died then. But either way, I'm going to do what I can do to get this thing rolling. It's in good nick though, you know, underneath here. Look at that, under there, look at underneath all the mud. It's like brand new. Oh my God. Wow. Right, we're going to give this thing a proper pressure wash inside and out. See what we've actually got, because this is in pretty good nick. Okay, we have a roller on this side, which is good. Nice. I'm going to try and make all the wheels do that. Still going. Now these wheels won't just roll around like the fronts, because they're turning the entire drivetrain, but that is free. It's free enough to push. Still not going to be easy though, because this is a big heavy old thing. Right, the other one. Oh, it's just locked solid. I'll probably hang off that. Yep, been swinging off the old lump hammer for hours, well, 10 minutes. But we are turning, but it is still quite stiff. And it's just a lot of drivetrain to move, and the brakes aren't really touching anymore. Getting outside then was fairly easy actually, wasn't too bad. Just going to take advantage of this weather and this practically balmy 10 degrees day and get it washed. Now, while I'm washing this car, there's a couple of things I'd like to do. First of all, if this sort of thing bores you, just jump out the video, pop the kettle on and hit the subscribe button. I know I haven't got this thing running yet, but I'm not giving up. I'm using my time wisely. I am going to get this thing running by the end of this video. And if I don't, then you can all come round and kick me in the shins. But if you can, if you're enjoying this, mad I know, hit the subscribe button. That would be amazing. Really, really appreciate it. I'd like to get to the magic 100k, and by hitting the subscribe button, you would help me get there massively. Don't have to, but if you could, that'd be cool. And if you want to buy any stuff like Tasty Classics hoodies or caps or like stickers and things, there's a link in the description, you can do that. And I also have a Patreon, and whenever there's a new car on the channel, what I like to do while I'm washing it is put the names of the Patreoners on the side of the car, because I've got a lot to thank them for. This is my most expensive and most time consuming by far resurrection to date. It's become one of those things. So the Patreons, they help me massively. If it wasn't for that little extra bit of cash flow that gives me, I wouldn't really be able to do stuff like this. So I need them, and you all out there, thank you very, very much. There's a lot of you, really, really appreciate you. And in return, I put behind the scenes videos when I go and pick things like this up, and bits of extra chat and stuff. You know, we always have a good time on the Patreon. So if you want to get on there, there's a link in the description. You can join up. It's pretty good. And you're just paying for some extra content, essentially, and helping me with the channel. And when you join up, we do things like with my sticker book. The sticker book's amazing. The Tasty Classic sticker book, 24, 25. I sent them one of those and a sticker pack for free, just as the first ones and as a thank you. So there's other things like that as well. Anyway, I'm going to put their names on the side of this car now as I'm washing it. And thank you very much to all the Patreonaires. What do you reckon then? I mean, yeah, it's now, you can see the rust a lot better. I've given the windows a clean as well. They've probably come up the best. But yeah, I mean, it needs a proper buff. It needs some little parts. It needs a few things. Bodyworks, you know, again, it's a bit scuffed and stuff on this side, but rust-wise, it's not too bad. Needs a couple of little dents and things sorting. Lots of little, you know, bits of patina, if you want to call it that, everywhere. Needs a couple of these. You buy these rear bumpers in corners, in sections, so you don't have to buy like the whole bit. You can just buy the corner bits. So you could do with one of those there. This is the worst bit. Obviously the wing and the bottom of the door. That cell's solid there. It's just where it was hurt with the jack. And that there's a little bit unfortunate, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, I've seen much worse. What I would like to do though, yeah, now that I'm inside the car and the headlining's touching my hair. Yeah. But while I'm in here, let's fold that bit of black cloth over again. Lovely. Okay. I would like to have a game of what works and what doesn't. Look at this. Look at all these dials. I love the way they sweep up and down like that. That is so cool. Batteries in the red, standard. Nice, okay. So you've got cruise control with this. I'd love to know if that works or not. Not getting anything for indicators. Does it have to be running? Have we got any tunes though? Oh my god, we've got tunes. What tape is this? Oh, okay. Diana, Princess of Wales, the BBC recording of the funeral service. How cheerful. What a thing to be listening to, just cruising around. Anyway, sound system's actually okay. Cool. So that works. What else? This does work. I'm not going to turn it on though, because it'll throw whatever is in here into my open mouth. I don't want that. That would make me sad. Hazards. The indicators do not work. Oh! Ah! I can see it! No way. That one's working. Nice. Oh, and the other side has come back to life. It's fixing itself. It's ready for the road. Oh yeah. Fantastic. Look at that. What else? Okay, stop. Oh, come on. No windscreen washer, but we have got fully functional windscreen wipers. Again, doesn't need an MOT, but if it did, it'd pass immediately. I've got no doubts in my mind whatsoever. What else? We've got heated rear window, got dome lights. Can't see the back one because the headlining's covering it. It's got air conditioning, I think, as well. Now the windows, I do know they do work because we put these two up, but we had to help them with our hands. Ooh, got some weight behind that. I'd like to play with all of this, but again I can't until it's running, and yeah, it doesn't run. Sounds better, it's turning over better than it was yesterday, which is good. What about headlights then? Oh, it's telling us we've got a bulb out. Least of our worries, it could tell us what's wrong with the engine, that'd be handy. So, got the two rear lights which we used for the trailer on the way home. Oh, and the big main beams. Oh hi, it's nearly Christmas Day, and I'm hoping that Santa answers all my prayers that I asked for Christmas, and that he gets me a running V12 Jaguar. I did have a little bit of a look through all of this amazing paperwork and service history I got with the car. I got so much with it. So it turns out, before it was parked, the car had full service history, absolutely everything. There's just tons of invoices and stuff, and just some absolutely amazing bits. And again, service record, fully stamped up, I think, to that 112,000 or whatever it was. And there's just loads in there. Really, really good, really good. There was one thing that sort of piqued my interest though. Let me show you. In 1991, check battery and charging rate, repair alternator wire connection, repair engine electrics, eaten by mice. That was in 1991. Cool. Feast your eyes on what I've created. That is fuel injection. I need to put that back together. Could do with getting some more volts into this thing. I've just ordered a 400 quid version of my Noco Boost Plus, which is supposed to be, that's 1,000 amp hours, and this one's 4,250. Big old bit of kit, which will be handy for stuff like this when the battery's in the back and there's a fence there, look. So get in, I need some jump, I need a car, let me pull it out the way. So yeah, that cost me a lot of money. So if you do fancy buying a hat or hoodie or something, that'd be pretty cool. Get a sticker book, they're fun. I think someone's just been murdered over there then. Happens quite a lot here though, it's okay. I'll
send them a hamper for Christmas. Right then, so fuel pressure. God, it's coming out of there fuel-wise. I think I might have heard something go bub-bump, but I'm not sure. I'm going to spray a bit of Easy Start down there. I took the air filters out so I can spray a bit of Easy Start easily at a start. And then maybe if I push this thing forward, we could hook it up to this massive Ford F250 that I've got here. It's got a big battery in it. Let's do that. Alex has come over, to help me push the Jag. Dickie was here as well, but he's called back into his hole. And he's now doing the other bank for the Easy Start, and we'll give it a go. Yeah, maybe. It's gonna have a bit of fuel pressure there now though. Let's just... It isn't, is it? Should we just double check for spark again? Come on, Jag, it's Christmas. Let's see if we can hear any barks. That was one. That was another. It's just not going over anywhere near quick enough, is it? I mean, they don't go over quick anyway, because I've listened to some starting. Sound like an aeroplane engine starting. So, just to check how quick they do fly over, and they, you know, they don't go fast. Come on. Oh, it's barking off on like a couple of cylinders. I can hear it. I don't have to strip the whole thing down, but I think that might be the way. I'm going to keep cranking on it for a bit though. I think it's been sat for 20 odd years, 21 years. All the cylinders are going to need to come back to life. I can't get into the holes. I don't be able to pour anything down them. You know, you're going to have compression issues. You're going to have crap in there. You're going to have all sorts of stuff. The one spark plug that we did take out looked good enough. I might just see if there's any others that I could get to easily without taking anything else out. This was one of the spark plugs that I've just pulled out. I've cleaned it up, managed to get it out. This is from the back left. The hole was full of crap, so I had to scrape it, blow it, scrape it, and do all sorts of stuff. But anyway, I managed to get it out. There was a little bit of a fracture down that ceramic bit, so I've sort of put some insulation tape on it. But again, it looks okay. Gap's not massive, but whatever. I'm going to see if it sparks. Come on, you beautiful old thing. Just come back to life. God, it almost goes every time. Oh, right, let's see if I can get to any more of these plugs. Okay, that's 5 plugs now I've done. This is the 6th spark plug I've taken out, and you can see, don't know how well you can see, camera focuses, but I mean, it's the right colour. It looks like it will be sparking, but it's just, I don't know, stuff on it. Leads me to think that the cylinders are just full of crap, you know. Anyway, we'll carry on. Just while I was charging the car and 2 of the batteries up with the truck, the alternator belt came off, which is fun, isn't it? The battery situation was getting a bit out of control, so I recommissioned the Start You Bastard 9000 after we melted the fuse the other day. So I've just put this bit of wire there instead, and it seems to be holding up okay, and it seems to be working. So I put it on charge. It's now charging this massive leisure battery that I borrowed off Alex. So all of this, I better leave that disconnected. So all of this is just sort of sat there doing nothing at the moment, which is fine. We've got the big leisure battery in. absolutely nothing that time, and it turned over really fast. Nothing at all. So annoying. Rob's on his way. Another brain to look at this. Everything's plugged in. Everything's good. Got spark. Got fuel. Could it be timing? But it was running when it was parked up, so it shouldn't be timing. Rob's turned up.
Yo, yo.
Just after all the hard work's been done, as usual.
Standard.
So now we've got the Starty Bastard 9000 hooked up. We could just try it again. Do you want to do it with or without fuel? Should we just try it with a bit of easy start? Okay.
So close, isn't it?
Was then. But see what I mean by it? And then all of a sudden it stops barking, like it's getting like the plugs are getting wet.
We won't just towing it. We'll just like...
It's automatic. So I've ordered 12 spark plugs for it, and if we can't get it going, the plan is to strip everything out of here, check every single injector for injections, check every single wire, clean all of everything, put all new spark plugs in it, and put it all back together. But it's not a 5-minute job. It's a massive job.
Compression attached to it.
Well, no, I can't get to the plug holes. I can only just get the spark plug back in to the hole. Any ideas in the comments? I mean, obviously you're watching this in the future, aren't you? So I can't go back to the past. But if you could, I'd be interested. Rob's got a vacuum tester kit, so we just unplugged both fuel regulators to see if they were holding vacuum, and they are, and they're working. But I've not checked this bank for petrol pulsing, so we're going to do that now. Yeah. Nothing. No fuel. The plot is growing thicker. It works when you put 12 volts to it, fires a bit of fuel out, but it's not working with this. We're not getting a pulse. Maybe that's to this bank, maybe it's just to that one. It's difficult to get in there and get all these cables off and things without snapping and breaking stuff. But what we're going to try and do now is that these things just unclip like so we can get those out the way, and then hopefully lift the whole rail with all the fuel injectors up. If we can do that with everything still plugged in, and then we can put the fuel on, try and turn it over and just watch and just see if we've got all those four, for example, pulsing, and these four haven't, then we know there's a problem with the wiring in this bank of the injectors. And maybe that is our problem. We're getting some fuel going into that side and nothing into this side, and it's just not enough.
And that makes sense in my eyes because it's trying to bark tiny with it.
Okay, we've reached carling levels of chaos in the engine bay. It's not the best at all, but it was free. I got a crate of 18 for them for a present, so this is helping with this. We've just removed the fuel rail, so I can now see every injector and what it's doing, because we think, weirdly, we're only getting this injector working because that's the only one we can feel clicking, which is bizarre and very unlucky, because if that's the case, because it was the easiest injector to get out, I tested that one and thought all the others were working. Amateur hour that, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so give it a spin over now. Just a few cranks. Yeah. Well, interesting. Right. I definitely saw fuel being pulsed from there. Whoa, and this one's just pouring out. Oh no, it wasn't. That was because it was accidentally held on.
We're ready.
Right, go on, do it again.
That closest to going, it sounded like.
Well, some of them are pulsing and some of them aren't, which is great news, but I can't see any pulsing on this side, I don't think. Stop. Right, so let me get my pen.
Thinking about all the ones that are firing.
Yeah. So, and again.
Ready?
Yeah. That's really nice, yeah. No, dry. Next. Oh, come on. No, dry. Next. Hang on, can't see it. Yeah, go on. Not very good, but it's going. It's gonna fucking go, this thing. Some of the injectors are fucked. Right, and this one, good, try again. No. Stop. Okay. So we've got 3 injectors working.
3 out of 12.
3 out of 12 injectors working.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting. Are they blocked?
Well, do you remember we were looking at that diagram the other day?
Yeah.
3 injectors.
Just switch the fuel pump off.
Do you remember?
3 injectors, what?
Run off 1 wire. Have you got that diagram still?
Yeah, but it's weird how it's 1, 3, 6. Doesn't make any sense that they'd be together, would it?
Yeah, but we can go and interrogate that diagram now. Get your laptop, come on.
Well, hang on. I think it's more mechanical than that. I think they might be blocked. If it's just the injector at fault, now this injector should pulse because it was pulsing before. So go on, put the thing on and have a look. Go ahead, caller.
Right. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Yeah, it's pulsing. Fuck, that's amazing.
Okay.
So that means that it's mechanical
Injectors.
blocked injectors. So let me try now and God, it is covered in crap as well, isn't it? Passes that.
You just hammer brake fluid through it.
I'll try if I've got, in fact, just trying to if I can get a bit of a clean on that there. Right, go on. Yeah, kind of, yeah. It's come back to life. Yeah, kind of, yeah. It's not very good, but it's there. Again, it should come back with a bit of running, shouldn't it?
Yep.
Right. Do that again. I can't see. Where's my phone? Hang on. That's amazing news. I think we should go through all the injectors now that aren't working, clean them, put it all back together.
See what we can do.
It sounded like, I think it sounded like that because I can see different bits of fuel going in. The only difficulty is none of these are working and these are controlled by separate electrics. So
Well, at least we've got something to go off.
we could always try and plug one in from over there and see if that works.
Yep.
Okay, right, we'll do that. We'll come back to you shortly. I know, let's make these clips impossible to remove. That'll
Really good idea.
that'll show them. You guys are gonna be able to watch this. My battery is about to die in my microphone connected to my face, so instead you're just gonna have the normal microphone. But we're cleaning out. I've got 5 injectors working on this side now. We might get the 6th, but while we're doing it, annoyingly, it sounds like it's about to start to run.
It does.
So, right.
This is redneck engineering at its finest.
Yeah. Fixing the injectors with this, a toothbrush and the
And a mallet.
yeah, a hammer and the brake cleaner. Come on. Right.
Do you want to fire it off?
Let me just give it a bit of chest first. sec. Okay, go on.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's working. Right, okay. We've got 6 injectors working.
Love it.
Right then, so potentially now, if I aim these all towards the holes...
Are we going to bolt it down?
No, I'll just stick it there. If it fires up though, it might cause a problem. But...
It'll just burn itself out, be alright. Right, we're ready.
I don't know, is this a bad idea?
So you want me to find out?
Go on then.
That's gonna go. If the battery wasn't dead.
Yeah, right, nice. We're not getting anything on this side. Oh!
Where are we?
Right, let's do some more investigation. What are you doing, Bob?
Just checking stuff now. This is a resistor box which does something to the injectors. So we're just going to see if it works and talk to it.
We've both got waterproof jackets on because it keeps raining. It's cold, it doesn't run.
Could be in the pub right now.
Yeah. But you know, one big positive to take from it is that we've now got 6 injectors working on one side, which we didn't have before. You know, when I got to this car, there's been so many things wrong with it to get to this point where we've actually got 6 injectors firing. My gut is telling me that this ECU is also shagged because the other ECU didn't work. This ECU now is making the injectors fire, but only on one bank. And from Googling it, both banks are controlled separately in the ECU, and one bank not working and one bank working can be an ECU fault.
Pour some Carling in it and
Yeah.
off it'll go. We've got multiple meters and you can see the resistor bit is just this big loop of like maze, looks like snake on the old Nokia. So we're just testing continuity. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 0.53 ohms.
Same.
0.55. See what's going on this side, because maybe if that's bank A.
Same.
54. 54.
Same. So that is working. Do you want to
I
just
would
test
say.
the pins?
Yeah. I'd say there is nothing wrong with that.
No, it's fine, isn't it?
Status report. I ordered gloves far too big. Who are these for? Like, I've got the biggest hands in the world and these are the baggiest gloves ever. Crazy. Your hands are going to
Mine are
disappear in
gonna, I
them.
know, mine are going to be like those wacky inflatable men, aren't they?
So status report is we've put everything back together. I've cleaned and tested all 6 injectors on this bank that are not working. So there's no injectors along here. The injectors themselves work, but the wiring going to them doesn't. On this bank, all 6 injectors are now working. We've cleaned a few, we've sorted everything out, so we've got 6 injectors across there. That should mean that it may run on those 6 injectors with a bit of easy start down this side. I just want to hear it go just for posterity, and then we'll try and work out what the wiring thing is on this. We've checked wiring in everything. We've had everything apart, all the connections. It all looks good. My heart of hearts says it's another ECU problem, because that ECU I bought second hand. Anything could have happened to it. It could have been, you know, kicked into the back of a Sprinter van by every.
You can guarantee that's happened.
Yeah, so not ideal. But we're going to give it a go on 6. See if she runs. Bizarre.
Try taking the pump off.
It should be able to run on 6.
Yeah.
Should be able to. It's how they work. Should be able to. Or at least fire more than that.
What I can't get my head around is how it almost fires when we didn't have the injectors in.
Yeah, that's. It's like there's too much
fuel going in it.
We could just be lack of compression.
Could well be, yeah.
We could be.
Well, if it's been over fueling and it's washed the bores, then yeah, that's probably.
I thought it would have come back to life by now, though. So we've decided to call it night. I was really hoping I'd get it going today. I've been on it since 10 o'clock this morning and it's now 8 o'clock at night. So just really trying my best, but we don't know what it is.
Doesn't really disturb for Christmas, does it?
No, it really doesn't. So gonna go and have Christmas, enjoy that. I might come in tomorrow, Christmas Eve, and have another play with it, but I don't even know what else I can play with. That's the problem.
Only other thing you do now is compression test it. That is the only piece of the puzzle left to prove.
Could maybe, get in and just start stripping everything down, cleaning stuff, putting everything back together. At least can try it. But even it's weird because I think even if the other bank of injectors were working, it still wouldn't start like that. It's just because we've got. Anyway, I don't know. Either way, see you again in a few seconds. But for me, I'm not sure how long. Sky's gone this weird blue colour instead of grey. Strange, isn't it? It's probably worth mentioning at this juncture in the video because it's been going on for hours, hasn't it? And this car still isn't running. But I need to sort of mention, this is not an old V8 that I can just pour a bit of, petrol down the carb and it'll bring itself back to life. This isn't like that. This is a very, very complicated bit of machinery that I've got myself here with 12 cylinders, fuel injection, loads of crazy stuff, and an ECU that takes a feed from a vacuum line in the boot of the car. It's weird, right? It's complicated. And I think to show you sort of how complicated, I've written all of these words. Now, this is all very, very slimmed down, but essentially, these are the things that I have had to go through and repair before we've got to the stage that we're at now. When we got to the car, fuel pump relay, that was dead. And then we got it working. And then the fuel pickup was blocked, cleaned it, got it working. And the fuel pump died, the one that was in the car, so fitted a new one. And the tank to the swirl tank pipe was blocked, so nothing I can do about that. The fuel pipe burst, and the fuel pipe burst again. Then there was no pulse to injectors. And then there was multiple wiring faults. That multiple wiring faults was only 3 words, but it took days and days just having to go through everything. So much testing. There's so many wires, so many systems, so many relays, everything. It's just a big old job to go through everything. It's not a fast thing to do, especially on your own when you're a bit thick, you know, like me. It's difficult. Then we found out that the ECU wasn't sending a signal, so we got another ECU, put that in, and then we only got 3 injectors pulsing, you know, and then we found out that the passenger side injectors had no pulse at all. And then we're cleaning injectors, you know, these things here, they're super complicated, they're all grubby, they're all difficult. It's no sort of 5-minute job, you know. Full days on this car, I'm probably at about 8 full days on this car now, which is a lot, really. But this is where we're at now. And everything has been cleaned. I know it doesn't look like it's been cleaned, but believe me, it has. And everything, all the plugs are out, all the spark plugs. You know, we couldn't get to these because there was a big air conditioning compressor there, so we couldn't get to the spark plugs. But they're all out. All the wiring looms and everything have been taken out. I've had a quick inspection of some wires. Can't immediately see anything that's up with them, annoyingly. There's not been, you know, while I was getting all the wires out from underneath there was nothing that was chewed. No holes or anything, which is kind of annoying because that's what I would have liked. Something obvious, but there was nothing obvious. And if you can see all this red liquid down there, that's because I did the next step in the sort of diagnosis process of just trying to find out why the hell this car won't fire up, because we were sort of barking on 1, 2 or sort of 3 cylinders maybe if we were lucky, but we weren't getting anything from anything else. So I did a compression test and the results, not great. So this is cylinder 1 and I've put this as cylinder 12, just easy for me. I don't know if that's how it works in the manual and stuff, but this is just how I'm doing it. The first one I tested was 175, which is epic. That's so good. Number 10 was also at 175, so that's 2 real good strong cylinders. This is the bank where there's no pulse to injectors. This bank here. This bank there was, but we were only getting a couple of ones barking off. So 175. Then it went to 140, which I was like, okay, that's not ideal, but you know, 140 will come back round. And then we got to 75. This engine probably won't run with 75 units of compression. It won't do it. 120 probably not either. That's probably not enough. And then back to 140, which again it is, you know, it might be enough to fire, but then back to 75. So you've got in this bank here of 6 cylinders, you've got 3 cylinders that they're just not going to have enough compression to sort of do anything with that fuel and spark. It'll just come into the cylinder and it'll just go down the sides of the cylinders and the piston rings and stuff and out valves and all this. It's not enough. This side you had 9 and 10 at 150 and 175. The top one there is 140. So again, 3 cylinders, you're possibly going to be all right, but then 90, 90 and 60. That's awful. So what we're dealing with is a car that is very sad, very poorly, and yeah, with those sort of compressions, it's just not going to run. So what I did 2 days ago is I filled it full of ATF and a couple of other bits of secret sauce like plus gas and things, and just left it. And I've come back today, and the idea is Rob's going to come down as well, and we're going to run through the compression check again and just hope to God that all that oil and stuff has just freed off those rings a little bit. Just cleaning these things, this is what they look like after I've spent ages cleaning with wire wheels and brake cleaner and stuff. And this is what they were like before. Really nasty. Hello, it's me, VoiceOver Ben again. Rob came down and we put a towel on the car. I then switched the Start Your Bastard 9000 to God mode, and Rob twisted the key, and this happened. Whoa! The microphone actually broke on the thing while we were doing that. But look, it went everywhere. So much blood. All in the sky, in my eyes, my mouth, everything. It was pretty bad. After that, though, we removed the towel. Look, it's moving. Covered in blood, and we burnt that in a bin round the corner to get rid of the evidence. And yeah, just tried to get all of the ATF out of the engine, so if we did put spark plugs in it and tried for a spark, then at least they wouldn't get wet. But look at all the stuff shooting out of it. It's going everywhere. It went all over the truck and the Rover and the Panhard and everything. It was everywhere. And then we did the compression test again, and it was chaos. We got so much compression. We got like 1 million compression units in each one. It was just amazing. What an absolute result. The ATF did its job. I then got stuck into rebuilding the car, and I asked Rob if he could strip the injector loom down and look for any splits. And this bit here that was showing you on camera was one of the sort of pieces where it teed off, and all the wires were split, which is amazing news. It's all coming together, isn't it? Look, right at the end of the video, like 3 hours in. But yeah, he managed to find all that. Some wires were touching, so I asked Rob if he could sort it all out, put some insulation tape around them and just keep them all nice and safe. So I hope all of that made sense. We've been at this now since 10 o'clock this morning, 2 of us. What time is it now?
It's now, I don't know.
It's almost 3 o'clock. So cumulatively between me and Rob, you're looking at roughly 10 hours of work on this car today. So much stuff has to be touched on this thing. But this episode is about to get a shitload better. Big time. Let me just tell you what's been going on. Everything's back together, which is nice. Sans air conditioning and cruise control. We've been testing for pulses and testing for other stuff. Continuity in all areas as we've been putting the car back together. Now, this is where we had pulses before. All the way along here, all the injectors. Cool, right? So we were checking these, and we then checked these. This is where we didn't have pulse. We didn't have pulse after Rob repaired all of that wiring loom. Do you remember seeing all the broken bits of wiring loom? After that, we still didn't get a pulse there. Nightmare.
But we had continuity, and we proved out the continuity from each injector was doing the right thing and sending signals to the right places.
Yeah, so all the way through there, all around the loom, all the way to the back of the car, we had continuity. So we were just scratching our heads, we're like, what the hell? And then we made a discovery. With all these relays and stuff in the back, we were swapping the relays out, moving stuff around, and we were looking at the schematics again and trying to work out exactly which pins were going from the injectors, which are down here somewhere.
At the bottom?
Oh, no, gone up. Anyway, they're down there somewhere. Which ones go to the pins on the ECU? We're about to start all that palaver again, and we were testing for continuity and stuff. And then, this is the old relay. And we put a new relay on because that relay is dead. That was one of the first things we did on the car. And you explain, Rob, what's the difference between those two relays?
So these relays are, although they are the same, are different.
Yeah.
Where you have one output of pin 87. The original relays have 2 pin outputs of 87.
Yeah.
And the new relays we bought had an 87 and an 87A.
87 and 87A are 2 separate outputs, so they're not connected.
That's right.
So if you plugged the old relay in, you would only get power to one bank of injectors.
Yep.
And black wires here, this is what goes off to each bank of the injectors. And by connecting those up and just putting into one bank of 87 on the new relay, it acts just like the old relay. So now this happens. If my glamorous assistant could just twist the key. Annoyingly, I don't know if I think because of the refresh rate on the camera, I don't know if you can see that. Go on, do it again.
Try again.
Yes, you can just about see it there. There you go. We have got pulse to bank B. I think this is B.
This
of
is bank
injectors.
B, and the other's bank A. Yes.
Still not running, but what we potentially have now that we didn't have the other day is compression and 12 firing injectors. Christ.
So the only thing left to do now then is let's get some fuel hooked up, plug those injectors back in, and pray.
Place bets now.
Right.
Do you want to just crack a line, see if we've got fuel pressure?
No, just send it. Right, ready? Are we ready?
I don't know. Come on.
Come
It's
on.
worse that could happen. Come on, baby.
So close.
There was
So close.
there was a couple of noises then. Did you hear them?
That is the closest it's been to firing. Make fuel pump off.
Is it pushing too much fuel in, do you think?
I think it is.
Fuel pipe that I ordered, which in the last 3 videos I think I've slagged the delivery company every off. And guess what? Yeah, they said it was delivered 2 weeks ago to a house. This isn't a house. I've seen a picture. It's just a picture of a house. There's no houses around here. Anybody's guess. If you're a business owner, don't use every. Simple. DHL, DPD, Royal Mail, they're all good. This ones I use. Not every.
There is exhaust fume coming out the back, which we've never seen before, and it's coming out consistently. Watch now.
Whoa! Nearly killed me! Stop coming out of that side now.
How's that?
Hang on. Oh no, it's back again with a vengeance. What just popped then? I wonder if the exhaust is blocked.
Maybe it is. Which would explain it.
Well, it was blocked because it's not anymore. I don't know if I don't think there's enough fuel left in there now. There's other things as well. There's those 3 spark plugs that are a bit AWOL.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff.
Right, start mode.
Yeah. Tried some more volts.
Go on. Yeah. Hold on, Matt.
Is that on start mode, is it?
So close.
Just need one more to hit, don't we?
Yeah. Go on. Go on.
Yeah, we've got the smoke from both sides now. Okay, we've made some elaborate Molotov cocktail here. Let's just try and start it again.
See what happens. So close. She's gonna go. She's gonna go.
Oh! Should we see what one of those injectors are pulsing like?
So, still no closer. It is so close to firing, but it just doesn't want to go. So
I'm
now
going to have a little play with the timing.
time to play with some timing.
Okay. Go ahead, caller.
Oh, yes. Yes. Go on.
running! It's running! Don't use the throttle, no throttle, no throttle, no throttle. Come on. Just leave it, leave it. It's running! Go on! Come on! Look at the smoke! Look at the smoke!
She's alive!
Look at this smoke! Go on, little revs, little revs. Oh! Oh my God!
We did it.
You beautiful old girl! I knew you would live again, I knew it!
All I knew was timing.
I just advanced it just a little tiny bit. Just get, and I think that might, if the compression was down, I think just maybe advancing it a bit was stopping it all disappearing too quick. I don't know. I might be just
you
making
put
that
the
up.
spark too late and there wasn't enough compression. That's what it was.
Yeah. Listen to it tick over like a brand new car.
Sounds so nice.
Mate, she is smooth as silk.
Sounds incredible. It really does.
Get the multimeter, see if she's charging.
You got a gauge on the dash, you don't need one.
Is it working? It's going up to 13, isn't it?
We're
The
about,
lights on.
about 12 at the moment, but...
Dash lights don't work. Oh, this is the coolest, this is the best day of my life.
Indicators don't work.
They do, they just take time. Genuinely now, this is day 17 of owning this Jaguar, and God! And day maybe,
You're gonna have to restore it now, you know.
yeah, day 9 of working on
Head
it.
scratching.
So many things wrong. I'm just looking at the board there. So many issues.
Purrs like a kitten.
She is sounding
Purrs
wow.
like a jag.
Let me have a play with that timing again. Oh, look at the smoke! The smoke's back. Oh! Right, just give it a little rev.
Bit boggy.
Yeah, wait. And again. Other way. And again. And again. And again. One more.
Hang on. So we're
Give it
riding,
another rev.
we're riding at about 1200 RPM there.
Might still be on choke. Give it another rev. And again. Give it another rev. That sounds amazing. That sounds so good. This is the best Christmas ever.
I was going to say, this is the best Christmas present ever.
Oh my days.
We did it. Can't believe it. We did it.
Wasn't for Rob's help, I don't think I'd have been able to do this. That's two great minds working in semi-tandem.
It's like yinging and yanging off each other, that wasn't it?
Oh wow. This was a scrapper until we got our hands on it. Does the power steering work?
No.
Oh, no power. I wonder if that was the same belt as the AC.
Potentially.
That sounds amazing.
Don't look behind you though.
Oh dear. It's just a bit of ATF, it's fine. We've just filled the radiator with like, was that about 6 litres of water?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, so we filled the radiator with water, just checked over a couple of things. Everything seems to be cooking. We seem to be firing on all cylinders.
I'm so amazed.
Are you ready?
I couldn't be happier.
What's going to happen now?
Go on, start the car.
Fixed.
I'm so pleased this thing runs. I was gutted, genuinely. I thought this video was going to be a write-off. I thought this video was going to be, when we had no compression, I thought it's the end for this video. And then, you know, just doing all the steps we did, so many different things. And she's alive again. My beautiful British Racing Green V12 XJS. Come on! Love it. So pleased. Still loads more to do, but one thing I would like to try and do before it gets dark and before tomorrow is will it move backwards and forwards. I don't press the brake, I'm scared. Oh, it's not sinking to the floor, but oh, maybe.
Big servo on there, bro.
What if I, right, I'll get ready to switch off, because if I put it in park, put it in drive and it just fucks off into the Porsche.
Yeah. We don't want to hit that.
Okay, I'm in drive.
Nothing.
We could do with checking the levels. The ATF, I did check it, it did have some.
It did.
But maybe it needs more. Annoyingly, there was no blood on the blood stick. So, it's a tiny little bit, but because I used all this to throw down the cylinders, I've got bugger all of it left. So we're going to have to order get some more from them tomorrow. I don't know if this is going to be enough to make it
I don't
move.
think that's going to be. Oh, that's not going to.
We could stick 5W30 down.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever done that before.
Bit of brake fluid.
Honestly.
Brake fluid's hydraulic fluid, isn't it? We never done.
Do you remember using 5W30 for brake fluid on the Suzuki SJ?
Yep. Good old days, that. Good old days.
Is it stupid if it works? I don't know. Got us home, didn't it?
In times of desperation, you've got to do desperate things.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, that's definitely not going to make any difference. My Jag!
Do you like my Jag?
Oh! The rear brakes are really locked on.
Oh, yes.
They work! The brakes work!
Go on. Go on.
This is a running and driving XJS. Come on! For the first time in 21 years, under its own steam, it just moved.
What a beaut.
Hello, sun's out again, sky's blue. I slept like a baby last night because this thing runs. Nice. Okay, I think we have fuel. Do we have engine? Oh, it's keys. Okay, little Jag. That electric aerial has done more miles than the car. It is just up and down like nobody's business. I don't know if you can hear it. In park, ignition, no throttle. Come on. Oh, close. Come on. Bit of throttle. There we go. Oh God, you can really feel the weight of the engine when it moves. The car rocks. And there goes the tacho back to life. Sitting nicely, about just below 1,000 there. Right, will she go forward just a tiny amount? Oh, she didn't like that, did she? Oh dear. Let's give her a chance to clear her throat a bit, try it again.
moved about a foot, didn't want to move anymore. I've ordered a load more ATF, so we'll get that in. But I think that might be our lot until that arrives. I think I did just see this come back to life though, briefly. But then it stopped again. I want to see this. No, okay. Notice the brake lights off and stuff, a few things on yesterday. I want to see if the temperature gauge works. I'm just going to let her warm up a bit this morning. Now that I know it's full of water and stuff, I'm just going to keep my eye on it and just let her run. But I mean, look at that for a smooth engine. She's sweet as a nut. Still got to bolt a couple of things down. That's just what I want to tidy up this morning. Oh man alive, so good. I've tidied the boot up from all the stuff. I just wanted to get the new battery in, the smaller battery in, so it's not sat so precariously. What a machine. I'm a big fan. Okay, I'm gonna get a few bits done and then hopefully this ATF will arrive. I want to see as well, is she charging? Oh yes, come on baby, look at that. Big charging, happy days. I've been hard at work in the sunshine. Behold my incredible invention. So I've reinstated the fuel tank. The only problem is it's this pipe that was blocked. I've tried to blow through it as best I can, and I have got a dribble going down to there. It's slightly faster than a dribble, but I can't get any more than that. So I'm hoping that it feeds that swirl tank quick enough so that I don't run out of petrol once it's empty. But anyway, petrol hose runs round here, and what I've done is I've secured it to the bumper safely with cable ties, and then up here, and then it's going to go along here like this. Look, I know what you're thinking, pretty genius. And then it goes into the fuel supply here, and then I've reinstated the going back to the tank fuel system, and it's just a one big circuit now. Now the reason this is over the car and not underneath the car is because that would be a lot of hard work, and also the underneath of the car one ideally needs to be a metal pipe to replace what was there, but you probably could use that I suppose as long as it was tied up nice and safely, but I'm not underneath the car, so I'm not going to. Say hello to the Starty Bastard 2. This is the big NOCO thing that I ordered, which arrived because the fuel pipe arrived. I don't know if I mentioned that, the one that went to the house. I say it arrived, but Ellie went and found it and brought it back. So this is cool, isn't it? It's big and it should start this car. Okay, take two. Want you to, but I wonder if that's all the fuel out the swirl tank gone. Probably is. I can hear the pump running more. Well, plan B. So what I've done to fix this problem of the swirl tank emptying too fast is I've taken the feed, this pipe out of the swirl tank, and I've just dropped it in there because I'm clever like that. So that is going to fill up slowly. Annoyingly, I should have just left that blocked and done that in the first place, but I'm just gonna have to come back and siphon a bit out. It's fine, it's fine. We're only sort of going around the corner. I need to give that a proper clean, which is going to involve potentially getting the tank out or doing a lot more deeper in-depth things, which, as we're, you know, so far into this video, there's just no time to do. I think the belt's just come off. Yeah, look, the belt that controls good times, that has disintegrated.
So get rid of those bits, don't need those. Look, it's fine, fixed it. Before this car disintegrates any further, let's move the Porsche and let's take this thing for a spin, because I think it is going to move. I don't know how fast though, because it's like time has got its foot on the brakes. Okay, let's go. The first time in 6 billion years. Oh, come on, you can do it. Throttle keeps sticking though. Annoyingly. Wonder why. It's potentially the sketchiest thing I've done. I've moved the car that was in front that was won on Christmas Day, and I phoned the guy. I'm gonna do a little video on that when he picks it up. Oh my god, we're moving. Why do I get the feeling that something's going to go badly wrong? I can really feel it grabbing the brakes. Oh my god! Oh, the sun! So much sunshine. I mean, it doesn't feel like a 5.3. Oh, and the brakes work. Oh, it stops. Why did it stop? Okay, I don't know why it stopped then, but it did. Oh my god, it is going backwards. It's doing what I asked it to do! Oh! Oh! You beautiful! Oh, this is driving fine now. Look at this. Alex has just come to the rescue. We're going to put the boat tank back in, but it's just going to empty it too fast. So using this and the air machine, airline, we've managed to properly, I think, properly unblock that, just with a bit of fierceness. And I'll put that back on, so hopefully we'll have a bit more of a fuel supply now. And if I give it one of these. Right, fuel pump's going. Let's try that again. Now the fuel, yes, yes. She's a bit lumpy. I think it just needs to warm up and maybe have a few new spark plugs and a full service. Sounds nice though, yeah? Oh yeah. It's just so easy. It's almost like a brand new car. It just needs a little bit of love, a little bit of a service. But look, I'm cruising along. I'm happy enough. I feel like I want to take her for a longer run. Okay, I'm going. Just too, like, all it needed was a bit of fuel. You see, fuel's been part of the problem since the day I got this car. But now, oh, what's happening there? So smooth, so quiet, so refined. I can drive it with one hand semi-easily. No power steering. But I remember when I saw the steering rack, there was stuff leaking out of it, so it probably needs some new seals. But look at us go. This is amazing. 21 years parked up, and look at her go. Driving like a dream. It's very quiet and refined in here, you know. Brakes are braking. It's fine. Just needs a bit of, you know, it needs another 2 weeks spending on it to make it drive nicely. And a lot more money spending on it. Lot of new parts. Pretty good though, yeah? And here we are, just cruising back to base. And stop here, put her into park. She's revving a bit high. What I'm going to do is I just want to sort of let her sit for a bit. I just want to check if she's charging again, because that seems to have dropped off. Oh no, the belt went, didn't it? Oh, so maybe I can't. Right, yeah, that's why, because the belt went. Okay, I'll switch her off because I don't want to get it too hot. What an amazing success. That electric aerial just goes up and down all the time on its own. Look, it's going up again. Got me under the chin before. It's like I was being murdered. I can see shine underneath there. There is some, I promise you. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. This has been, I would say, one of the most difficult, in fact probably the most difficult Will It Run resurrections I've ever done. I've learned so much. Annoyingly, it's learning so much stuff that is only pretty much unique to, you know, Jag V12s. But I've really, really enjoyed it. It's been so rewarding getting this thing back to life. It's still got, you know, it needs so much more. It does need a bit of a restoration. You know, I'd like to... I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. There is talk of the previous owner wanting it back to maybe restore. But it could do with a new set of belts. It could do with a full service. I've got the spark plugs and stuff now, they've arrived as well. So a nice oil and filter change, that sort of stuff would make a bit of a difference. Do the timing properly. And then, yeah, maybe a new set of brakes all round would be nice. Some new bumper bits. Good mop and polish. To go from this looking, you know, so sad for itself, just laid up for all those years, you know, everybody walking past it, nobody caring, you know, just it had a fault, and at the time it was just probably not viable for them to get someone else out and have a look through it, because I've spent so long on this car, and granted quite a lot of the faults that I've dealt with have just been time has sort of, you know, made mischief with this car. But to get someone out and to pay them to go through it and do sort of everything that I did, and Rob as well, would have been very, very, very expensive. Very expensive. So it just probably wasn't really viable. But now we know the engine is sweet as a nut. We know the gearbox works. The brakes work even. I think it just needs a new set of brakes, maybe calipers, something like that. But a lot of the systems on the car, the lights, a lot of the electronics do work. So I think it is now a viable prospect for a restoration. Take the fuel tanks out, give them a proper good clean. You know, put all new filters on everything, all new fuel pipes underneath, a bit of bodywork, some welding. Nice thing. She will live again, this car. Whether it's in my hands or someone else's, she will live again. And look, this has been the first. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much to start with. You know, and if you fancy trading me a subscribe, if you haven't subscribed yet, for, you know, all my time and effort that I've put into this, that would be really, really cool. I'd really appreciate that if you could. You might be wondering why this was released at 9 AM on a Wednesday. Well, it wasn't just because it was New Year's Day. It's because going into 2025, I am going to stop putting videos out at 6 p.m. on a Friday. It's just not feasible. In 2024, I managed to get a video out almost every Friday, and it was very, very difficult. It nearly drove me to the edge so many times. And I was working 7 days a week, 9 a.m. in the morning till sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning, just working here, going home, editing, just doing what I can. I need now to take a bit more time with what I do. This video, I think, has been one of the most fun I've done in a very, very long time. It took me 20 days. So how can I do a video every week if this one takes me 20 days? It's not possible. So we're going to get videos when the videos are ready. It's not going to take 20 days per video. It's just this one took a little bit longer. But some of the stuff, if I like, take the Cortina video for example. When I was doing the rear brakes on that at the end of that video, I was so annoyed that I didn't have the time to just order a new set of full brake kit for the rear of those and just wait for it to arrive and then fit that. That would have been so much better and just so much easier for me to get the video, out, and it would have looked better and I'd have been able to drive it around more and just all that sort of stuff. That's the kind of things that I want to be able to do. And yeah, just if a video could be better, but it takes an extra 2 or 3 days to film, so be it. You might get the video on a Saturday or a Sunday or a Wednesday or a Thursday, whatever, or a Friday at 6 o'clock. It's just when they're ready, they'll be out, is what I'm saying. And I hope that's going to be okay with you. And it might not mean you get a video every week, but the videos that do come out are going to be better quality, more interesting car stuff, not so many filler episodes. So that being said, I appreciate all of you that have watched me so far over the last couple of years doing this sort of thing. And I can't wait to just see what this year brings. I'm just really excited to get stuck into some more stuff. So yeah, I hope you can join me for it. And thank you very much for sticking with me while I messed around with this old Jag. And if you're new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe button. That'd be dead cash money of you. And I'll see you soon. Don't know when it will be. Might be a week, might be a few days, might be 2 weeks. Who knows? But I will see you soon. Keep an eye on Facebook, Instagram, Tasty Classics, TikTok and stuff, and you'll be able to get updates of when videos are coming out, because I put little sneak peeks and stuff on there. And if you want to see all the stuff before anybody else sees it, of what's coming out of the channel, get on the Patreon, and we can do our thing on there. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. See you soon. Bye.